Hey guys, in today's video we're going to talk about how to keep the left arm straight in the golf swing. I want to talk a little bit of theory about it and give you some drills so we can get that fixed for you. So the left arm being straight in the golf swing, let's talk a little bit of theory about that first, and then we'll get into how to fix it. Now, to me, the left arm being straight is kind of like the whole keep your head down thing. It comes up a whole lot. It's one of those things that I think your grandfather said as a way to help you, and then it's stuck. When I watch really good golfers, do I think that their left arm is straighter rather than excessively bent? Yes, but you do not absolutely have to keep your left arm straight during the entire swing. That's first things first. If you watch a lot of really good golfers that I've seen, their left arm will have some amount of bend to it through the entire swing. So, I want to emphasize that before we go into how to fix these things, you maybe lose the idea that it absolutely has to be straight. Also, it doesn't need to be firm or rigid straight during the entire swing. That's part number one. And I think part number two is that trying to fix your left arm being straight by keeping your left arm straight is a difficult thing to do. And the missing link is when you make a swing, you have two hands on the club, right? So I have much more success with people improving their arm structure is how I'll call that, by lengthening or straightening their right arm or their trail arm instead of lengthening or straightening their left arm or their lead arm. That's kind of the key here is, A, it doesn't need to be perfectly straight, and B, if you're going to do that, probably you'll have better success by lengthening the trail arm or the right arm to do it. So beyond the fact that it can be bent throughout, there is a correlation with how straight or bent your arms are and quality of contact and distance, how well you hit the ball, compression, and so on and so forth. Now, during the backswing when I make a swing, do I need to have my left arm perfectly straight? No, but I do want to have my right arm with a good amount of width. As a checkpoint at the top of the swing, I'd prefer the right arm to be roughly 90 degrees or greater. I don't want the right arm to get less than 90 degrees. This angle here between this bicep and my arm, I don't want to be less than 90 degrees. And why is that? If I do that, if I'm less than 90 with my right arm, how could I possibly have a straight left arm? I couldn't. And if I go from the top and my right arm is very bent here and I straighten my right arm out, what happens to my left arm? It gets straighter, right? So if you're someone who's been practicing and you're like, man, I'm really trying to get my left arm straight, I can't do it, you might need to look at your right arm, right? Look at that trail arm, straighten that right arm out, and automatically, because you're holding on to the club with two hands, it's gonna get farther away from you. It's gonna lengthen by itself. So right arm straighter. Now I would say during the backswing, one more thing, when I go up to the top and why the arms bend in the first place, the biggest thing I see during the backswing in terms of why the arms bend is because a lot of you don't turn enough, right? And if I don't turn my body enough during the backswing, the only way, let's say I have really good arm structure from setup to about halfway back. So I can keep it straight to about here. Now if I stop my turn, stop my lower body and upper body turn from here, what's the only way I can get my hands in the club over my right shoulder? How could I finish my backswing from here? I have to, you guessed it, I have to bend my arms from there. I can't keep my arms straight. How could I keep my arms straight and not turn? Maybe there, that's about as far. And then, well, you don't want to hit a ball from here, so what do? You get your swing length a little longer by bending your arms, and there's our issue, right? Then that leads to a whole lot of other things. So really the fix here, if you're going to do that during the backswing, is you're probably going to have to add a little bit more turn with that, and you probably want to have that right arm a little bit straighter. But you could get away without being perfectly straight. But during the downswing, you have less margin of error. Are there some really great players who have their left arm somewhat bent at and through? Absolutely. There's, Jordan Spieth has it like that. I've seen Ricky Fowler with that. There's a lot of great golfers whose left arm is not entirely straight, but in terms of solidness of contact and low point, I'd really like to see the arm straight past impact. I'm not as concerned with it being a little bit bent. Do I want it like this, right? Crazy bent? No, but it can be a little bent, but it needs to be straight at and past impact. If you look at really good strikers of the golf ball, depending upon their grip, their rotation, their matchups, they're either going to be straight by about 45 degrees to the ground here, or certainly they're going to be straight by here. That's the key point. The biggest differentiator with the left arm being straight or my right arm and arm structure is past impact. It's not at setup, it's not halfway back, it's some halfway back, but not the whole thing. It is here. I do not see really good ball strikers and golfers here. arms bent, butt of the club close to their body. I see poorer golfers there, right? You're not going to hit the ball as far nor as solid. I do see a correlation with arm structure past impact. So if you're going to focus on your left arm being straight, don't lose sleep over it during the backswing. Understand the body turn part, but you can lose a little bit of sleep about it into the follow through. Now let's say you identify with that. You make swings and you bend your arms on the way through. Well, you have to have an idea, in my opinion, why you're doing it in the first place. Are you doing that because your club face is open and you're trying to square it? Are you doing that because you're too steep and you're trying to shallow it late? I don't know. It could be a bunch of different reasons why. Some of these things you can reverse engineer with the drills I'm giving you, but some of them you have to know root causes for, okay? Now, to reverse engineer, I have two little items here. There's a lot of ways to try and keep your arms straight. Now, the best way I know how is to keep something between your arms. So if I put an object between my arms here, that can help keep my arms straighter, right? So I have just a little Nerf football. I don't know where I got, but I'm sure it was not expensive. And a little ball here that I got at a local sporting goods store. Either one of these two, I'm gonna just choose the football. Either one of these I can put between my arms. Martin Chuck has a smart ball that works really good for this. That has a little thing around your neck so you don't lose it. In fact, if I was gonna purchase one, I would purchase that one first, or one of these, and put it between my arms, and I would go ahead and make some swings with it. And the goal here for me is not so much during my backswing, but really during my follow through to maintain that. If you put this in and you go back, a lot of you, you're gonna feel like, holy cow, I gotta really turn back more than normal in order to do this. And man, I feel like I gotta really turn my belly, turn my belt buckle to get this going through here. And you can hit some little shots with that in as well. And again, the goal is gonna be, I'm gonna just hit one without it. The goal really with this whole video is that the arms need to be straight in the follow through and the way forward. So if I hit a little half shot here, I'm really looking for this. The distance between my elbows being close, the butt of the club is very far away from my body. Let's see if I still can do that here. Okay, good. So when I get into my follow, look at the extension of my arms, right? The butt of club away from my body, very tight elbows together, not in here like this. So that's the point of it, right? The left arm doesn't need to be entirely straight. If you're gonna straighten it, probably do it with the right arm. Understand that there's a body rotation piece that goes along with it. If you're gonna put attention into this message, put your attention into having your arms straight into the follow through. That's where you'll get your most bang for your buck. You might straighten your arms in the backswing and not hit the ball any better. If you straighten your arms into the follow through, probably for sure you're gonna hit the ball better. So hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, as always, please leave a comment down below.